Hi, welcome back to Cookery with Dr. Hussain. Today we're going to be making lemon drizzle slices. Anissa's going to come and give me a hand today, and so let's get cooking. For this recipe you will need, to make 16 lemon drizzle slices, you will need 150 grams of margarine or butter if you prefer, 175 grams of caster sugar, 2 eggs, 175 grams of self-raising flour, 125 millilitres of milk. We use soya milk, but you could use others if you don't want to make this dairy free. The rind of 1 lemon, and then for the syrup to put on top you'll require 140 grams of icing sugar and the juice of 1 lemon. You need to preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius. This recipe is vegetarian and dairy free friendly. The first job is you need to preheat your oven, so you need to preheat to 180 degrees Celsius. Okay, let's get baking. So if you've measured out your ingredients, we're ready to go. So first of all, we have put the butter into here, and we're going to add the sugar and we're going to give it a mix to blend it all together. Okay? The sugar, Lisa?
Yep. Just put it in. That's all of it.
Okay, let's put the lid down.
Is it on?
There, push it down. That's it. And then turn it on.
What setting?
Just one. And then let's leave it. Okay, so this has now been going for about 3 minutes. It's all light and fluffy, so we're ready for the next step. So the next step is to add eggs. So Anissa is going to crack the eggs. Go for Anissa. To the bowl. One. Thank you. 2. And then give them a little whisk with the fork. Okay, and then we want to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract, so we don't have a bit of an eggy taste or smell to our cake. So if you want to add that, Anissa. Perfect. Okay. And then you carry on stirring for a little bit. And then our next step is to add the egg mixture gradually to the sugar and butter mixture, or margarine, whatever you're using. Add the egg little by little. So keep going until it's all combined. So the egg's been added, it's been spinning for about a minute now, and it's all combined, it's looking great, it's ready for the next step, which is adding the flour. The mixture's looking good. We're now going to add flour and milk, so we're going to add a little bit of flour first, and then after that we will add a little bit of milk and keep alternating till everything's added and mixed in. Off you go, Lisa. Batter is all ready. Our cake batter is all mixed and ready to go into the oven. That's a simple cake batter. Really, you could make that and then you can add anything you want. You could add different fruits to it, anything you felt like. Obviously we're making lemon slices, so now is the time to add lemon. It's going to go, the rind's going to go into the batter, and then later on we're going to make a topping, aren't we, Nisa, with icing, so you can drizzle it over, and then you'll have the lemon taste from the icing as well, using the juice from the lemon. So for the lemon, all you're going to do is take the rind off. Make sure you have washed the lemon. If it's got wax on it, then please make sure that you wash it thoroughly to get the wax off first. The wax is put on to protect the lemons. You don't want to be eating that. Okay, lemons are brilliant. They're really, really good for you. Vitamin C, good against colds. So really good to put in your cakes. So keep going. It takes a while, but you need to get all this rind into a bowl, and then we can add it straight to our batter. Here's our rind from 1 lemon. All we're going to do is add that straight in with the rest of the ingredients, and then we can get that into the tin to go into the oven. So once it's ready, we need to then transfer it into a greased baking tin. Ideally a 7 to 8 inch tin is what you want. So when you're ready, Nisa, just pour it all in, and that's going to go into the oven for 30 minutes to begin with, and then we will do the skewer test and see if it's ready, and make a decision on when to get it out. We need to keep it until it's cooked through and golden brown. We've had 30 minutes, so we're going to do the skewer test. Yep, that's come out clean, so I'm now going to take this out of the oven. That looks fabulous. We're going to leave it to cool for 10 minutes, and then we will add the drizzle. So we've measured out the 140 grams of icing sugar into a pan here, and Anissa is now squeezing the juice out of the lemon, because the plan is to add the lemon juice to the pan. We need 50 millilitres of lemon juice, and then we're going to heat that up to make a syrup to pour over our cake. We need to make the drizzle for the lemon drizzle cake. So in the pan we've now got here, we're just going to put that on the heat now with the sugar and the lemon juice, and we've got to heat that really gently, constantly stirring so that it will mix in, but we don't want it to boil. It's really important that it doesn't boil. So you just want to stir it, and it will gradually come into a syrup. And when it's at syrup stage, that's when you know it's ready. As you can see, the sugar is beginning to dissolve. That's been about 3 or 4 minutes now. And it's just a case of continuing to stir it until all the sugar dissolves into the lemon juice. Our drizzle is ready. It's not completely clear because it's lemon juice, because it's slightly yellow. But it is, the sugar has completely dissolved. There's no bits of sugar visible anymore, and that's what you want. So the next thing you need to do is to prick your lemon drizzle cake with a fork, just so when we add the drizzle, it will get absorbed and it will go down into the cake layer, so that the whole cake will taste of lemon when you have your bites of cake, rather than just maybe the top bit, because otherwise it wouldn't absorb right into the bottom of the cake. Brilliant, Lisa.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's great. So now I'm going to pour the drizzle all over the cake really slowly, so it goes into the cake, hopefully bit by bit. So we're right at the end of our drizzle. It's taken about 5 minutes to get this in, because you have to be really slow with it. If you just pour it all on, it will just drizzle down the outside and it won't get absorbed into the cake. So you have to be really patient, take your time over adding the drizzle. And also, if you find that it's just sticking on the top, you can get the fork and add a few more little pokes to make some more space for it to be absorbed into the cake. But that is the finished cake. You can add some icing to that at some point, and we'll do that in a bit, and then cut it into pieces. But that looks amazing. Yum. Leave the cake to cool, allowing the syrup to be fully absorbed into the cake. Once cooled, dust with icing sugar and cut into 16 slices. Serve and enjoy this tasty treat.